Right then, another car boot, another week, another car boot. Well, in this case, 2 car boots, a Sunday one and a Wednesday one. And after the Sunday one, because I didn't find too much, we went to an antique fair up the road, which is not something I normally do, but we thought we would. And the weather was fabulous, and we had a lovely time, and I found a few interesting bits and pieces. So let's start with the Sunday car boot first. Then I'll do the Sunday antique market. And then I'll do what I picked up on the Wednesday. Right, today. Sunday. Yes, Sunday morning. First thing I found. Are these, what do they call them now? Isle of Man keys, plumber's keys. This one's made by Crane. And that one's no markings. They're all brass. Oh, there is a marking on there. That says, yes, it's Crane. And that one has no markings at all, slightly different. I'm getting a few of these now, these brass keys. That cost me £3. I think this coat hook, steel coat hook came with that. So that was £3, so get that out of the way. A couple of padlocks. I don't normally go for padlocks very much, but I went with this Squire's one because it had a key. It's a perfectly good padlock. I like the shape of the key. It reminds me of the key that the Squire's key that I had when I was a kid, and I had padlock and chain on my bike, push bike. That was the same as that one, the Squire's one. So I thought, oh, I'll pick that up. Can't remember how much it was, but it wouldn't have been much. And this one, made in Italy, AS, I think it is, ASA. Again, working padlock. A little bit of rust on there. I need to clean that up. But yeah, it's got the key. So, a couple of padlocks to add to the padlocks pile. Yes. Now, I then later picked up these. Now, I'm wondering if that is bent or if that is the shape it should be. Now, I think it's the shape it should be. And the reason is because there's flash on both sides from when it was cast. And I would have thought if that had been bent out of shape, that would have gone. So I'm assuming that is the way it was meant to be. A nice square end there for a key, and that's some sort of other key. And I thought, that's interesting, I'll have that. No maker's mark that I've found yet. But yeah, that will go in the pile of keys. Complete with this one, which is a bit more unusual, being that it's a hook. And it almost looks like a baling hook that the dockers used to use. And not big enough for that. But I suspect that's a similar sort of thing as it was used for. I don't know what, no make again, but they got some age to them. So yeah, I picked those up. What did I pay? Can't remember. Memory like a sieve. But while with those, I found this lovely little pair of grips, pipe grips. Small, very odd sort of shape. And I thought, oh, it's going to be maybe a foreign make, or. But I've had a good look. And I have found the make, made in England. Can you see that okay? I don't know if you're going to be able to read that. But it's made in England. And I think there's a footprint there. So it's the smallest pair of footprints I've ever found. And they're quite weird. Wide. Sort of part. It's wider than normal, that jaw. It's an odd shape. So yeah, that'll go in my miniature toolkit. So that was that lot. Right. There's a man at my car boot, my regular car boot. Now, he's not there every week. And he wasn't there today, funny enough. But he was there Sunday. And he doesn't always have tools. But every now and then he does. And everything on his store, I don't know if it's a charity store or not. I've not really spoke to him much because he's always so busy. Every single thing is 10p. Now, I've picked up some other bits and pieces from him before. And I picked up something today, Sunday, and I thought, well, I can't just give him 10p for that. So I found 10 items in this box, which he offered me for a £5, and it was a proper box of toot. So I was very close to doing it, but a lot of what was in there was quite modern, so it wasn't really up my alley. But otherwise I would have done. So I bought 10 items for £1, and this is what I managed to pick up. Now, I think I was scraping the barrel a little bit with this. This is the old Adidas football boot key. I think I had one as a kid. I don't even think that's aluminium. I think that's some sort of what do they call it when two metals are mixed together? Some sort of alloy. Yeah. But yeah, little Adidas key. That's number one. This, which I think is a cobbler's threading gouge. I think it goes in there and the thread can sit in the ridge, and I think that's what that's used for. Yeah, 10p. A gimlet in pretty good shape. I have a lot of these. I don't really pick them up anymore, but I was trying to fill the £1 quota, so that I wanted to fill. I didn't have to, but I thought, you know, fair dues. Now this one was a bit of a mystery item for a bit until I did a bit of research on it, and it turns out it's a plunger for that comes in a narrow sort of jar when you're making Horlicks. So it's or Ovaltine for that matter, and you put it in your jar and you plunge it down. You know, it's not like a coffee or I thought a tea strainer or something, but yeah, it's just a weird little item, and I thought I'll pick that up. So yeah. Another graver, is that the proper name for it? Graver for carving or engraving on brass and aluminium, I suppose. And I picked up another one, so that was two gravers there. That one's got a make on it. Or it says something adhesives limited. Yeah, I've got a few of those now. A twist drill, a little, is it an Archimedes twist drill? In really quite nice condition, except as 9 times out of 10 the end is always missing. That could be made on a lathe if I could find someone that could make one for me. But yeah, a little Archimedes twist drill, not too bad a shape. That's metal at the top, it's not a wooden one. I think the barrel was metal. No, that is wood. No, it's metal. Yeah, it's a metal one. It's more unusual. Kind of a raw plug chisel, but it isn't. AL on there. The 4-tip chisel. Now, I was never fond on using these, really. I used the raw plug tool, but there you go. One of those. Now, here's a bit of a mystery item. Item number 9. What do you think this is? You see that all right? It squashes up like that, and it has a cutting wheel on there. Well, I initially thought it was something musical, something to do with, you know, saxophones or clarinets or something. It's not, nothing, not even close. It's actually a glass cutter for cutting glass rods. So you put your glass rod in there, you put your wheel on top, I suppose, and you twist it round the glass bar, and that's what that's for. So it's for cutting glass rods and bars. A nice little thing, no make on it that I can find. Quite an unusual thing for me, but that was good. And the reason I got all these items was because this was the first item that I found for 10p. It's a plumb bob. It's an old plumb bob. It might have it does have marks on it that I can't read, and it is brass. Oh, is it brass? That's brass. The pin's brass. It could be steel, but I thought for 10p, are you kidding? So yeah, there are some initials on here, but I can't read it very well yet. So that was 10p. Now, so I thought that was great. For £1, all that lot, lovely. Now let's have a slurp. Midway. Nice cup of tea. Right. Now, I was just about on the way out, and I spotted another pile of tools on the floor, and was having a ferret around, and I thought I found a perfect screwdriver without the skeins on. Except it isn't a screwdriver. I hope you can see that. it's square tipped. I thought they filed it off, but no, I don't think so. So it's some sort of spike or an ice pick or something. And then I found some markings or underneath where the skeins would have been. And I thought, uh-oh, what have I found here? Now, can you see that nice and close? Can you see that? No, can you see the markings on that, okay? So, yes. I thought I'd found some sort of German tool, but it's not. Even though the font of the numbers is exactly the same as some German medals I looked up. But it turns out it's an American company who made these, I think went out of business in 1924. Now, they made a lot of tools, various tools. I can't remember the name now, and I can't check it, can I? Bloom or something. I'm sure American people will know. Blum. Anyway, yeah, so you could tell it's not the Nazi swastika. It's not on its side because they tilted it, didn't they? And this was some sort of peace sign before they adopted it and changed it. So yeah, so it's an American spike, fid, ice pick. I don't know. I can't find this actual tool. I just found the company and I can't remember the name. How good is that? I'll put it in the description underneath. But yeah, so any American viewers may know a lot more about this than me. But yeah, that was an interesting find. Right, so that was Sunday's car boot, and then we went to the very lovely little antique fair, small one, just up the road, and I found some odds and sods in there. Quite heavy odds and sods, but of course the prices are always much higher. Let's see if I can remember. Starting off, we coal hammer. I think I've got 2 of these. Don't think that's the original handle, but it could be. It's just a round bar. Yeah, it looks fairly more modern. But yeah, coal hammer. That's just in case you don't know what coal is and what you do with it. And then I found a set, well, not a set, of these, which I really like. Now, I think there's one more. Yes, there is one more. Now, I don't know, I suppose it applies to anywhere really, but we used to use these in shops and schools. They'd be on the end of a long pole, and for pulling the shutters down or opening up the windows. And I remember being told by a teacher many times, will you open that window at the back? And you'd go out there, you'd grab the pole off the side, and you'd hook that on the round bit, and then the window would flap open. So you could get some air if it was hot and stuffy. So I picked up those. I don't know which one's the oldest. That's quite a fun one, isn't it? I've got a few more, so they'll look nice in a row. But age to them, or turn of the century, I suppose. That may be a little bit older. It looks, they've cut the pole off there. But that has got MF in an MFP. MFP, that's interesting. But I can't tell you any more than that. But yeah, so I picked those up. They're quite nice. Now, I like oversized tools and I like small size tools. So when I saw this, I had to get it. It's aluminium, and it looks like it was cast in Christmas 1955. And it says Vulcan Foundry Napier. I don't know anything about this, but it's larger than any other bottle opener I've ever found. And I thought that would be fun with my other oversized bits and pieces. I'm trying to remember the prices, but I can't remember. But then, as I said, I was looking for perfect screwdrivers. I found 2 very little perfect screwdrivers. Now, if I remember, these were not cheap. And that one's, I think, have been shortened and resharpened. But aren't they dinky? Dinky little things. No numbers on them, no details, but they're in the perfect style if they're not actual perfect one. Yeah, slightly flatter on the top of the smaller one. But yeah, I have another small one I picked up somewhere. And yeah, it'll be 3. But that's a nice shape. So yeah, 2 of those. And finally from Sunday's function, and this is my big old plum bob. So hello Bob. It's a bit of a monster and it doesn't unscrew, it's all one piece. Just comparing sizes there, and it's a big boy, isn't it? £35 I think I paid out for that, which is a fortune for me. 35 whole English pounds. That's antique fairs for you. But yeah, so a large, I think a large plum, not the biggest I don't think, and not the biggest I've ever seen, but certainly a nice one. So that was the whole of Sunday. Then this morning, if I've got enough room, I nipped over to the car boot, which was pretty small because it's getting cold, and the whole lot is slowing down a bit now. So I'm only going. I don't think I'm going to be able to do as many videos because it's going to be antique fairs and auctions and bits and pieces, which I don't do as much as obviously as a car boot twice a week. So we'll see what I can find. I didn't find much, but I did find that nice little oiler for £1, which is quite filthy as they usually are, and this intrigued me. This initially I thought it was a drawer out of a cabinet. I thought, well, that'd be nice to make a cabinet to go around it if I could find it more. Then I looked a bit more and I could see that there's hinges here and it used to have a lid. What's inside? Best quality needles and a couple of needles, and I think these are press stud sort of yeah, they look like they go together. Some sort of button affair that you clamp on the material. I don't know. So it's buttons. But what also intrigued me was I've never heard of anything called tingles. Now, unless that's a type of button, or I don't know. Anyone know what a tingle is? Isn't that nicely put on there? That's hand painted by the look of it. And it's nicely jointed. I initially thought it was hand dovetails, but no, I think that's just straightforward machine cut. But what a lovely little thing. I might build a cabinet round that just because I like that drawer. If it was a drawer with a lid on. But yeah, £1. That was £1. The oiler was £1. Yeah, first things that I picked up today. Then I found this for £1. A little whittling book. Now I think I've got a companion one to this, similar one, and I like doing a little bit of whittling when I can. So I picked it up for £1. You don't often see woodworking books. You see plenty of antique books, but not often woodworking books or anything, any nice reference books. Well, I don't seem to find them, but I might have a go at a couple of these little projects over the winter. So yeah, so a nice little whittling book there. Now, finally, I did what I often do, and really I should stop doing it, I think, because it's a bit silly. I found some tobacco tins. So I got the whole lot for £8. There's nothing in them that I think of, and they are a bit rough. But I thought we could go through a few. I hope you can see it from there. Yeah. And these tins, I'll put the bag down there. These tins are, well, I don't know if they're older or newer because they're hinged. Some of them are, quite a lot of them. I don't know. I've not looked at them. I don't even know how many is in this. But I don't think there's anything of any breads. What? Yeah, that would be an old oven as well. I don't know how many I've picked up. I just saw the bag. I said, "Do you want those, mate?" What do you take with them? Players Navy cut. Yeah, nothing in these ones. Oh, there is something in this one. What have we got here? Oh, a broken thumb does not help me with this little. Oh, what have we got there? Some cotton thread and some big old needle there. Look, I think that's more upholstery stuff, and a thimble. Steel thimble. Yeah, some big old needles. So I think that looks like it was upholstery. I don't even think it's leather. I think that's upholstery. So there was something in one of them. They really are mucky though, aren't they? They're going to have a good clean. Like I said, there is a lot. St Bruno, Old Oban, Virginia, Gold Virginia. Nothing in them, nothing. Boom, 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 boom. Now I remember these Elastoplast plasters coming in tins, especially when you were on holiday for some reason. It was always cutting our knees and scratches and scrapes. Another Gold Virginia. I wonder if kids still do that. I don't know. St Helier, Gold Virginia. Gold Virginia. Players Navy Cut. It's a better tin than the previous one. Oh, we have a rattle. All tins, tobacco, £1 each on there. Nothing in that. St Julian, nothing in that. What's in here? Well, there's a shell off a gun, fired shell. What does that say on it? RWS 3x17, whatever that means. If you know anything about guns, I know nothing. So a shell casing and some of the smallest nails I think I've ever seen. Pins. Look how tiny they are. Good grief. A lot of them. And that's another one of those hinge tins. What else have we got? Well, Gold Virginia players. One, two. Trading stall. That's it, it means. What? Some round tins. What we got here? Whiskey flake. Aintree flake. We have a winner. The Ideal Tobacco. Oh, that's tight. Oh, run out of space. I need some tea, a bit like Popeye needs his spinach. Right, let's see if I can get this open. Oh, if only I had any tools to help me. I don't think this one's coming open. Oh, tell a lie. What do we got in there? Can you see that? Okay. Clock hands. Loads of various sized clock hands. Well, who knows when that will come in handy. If it'll ever come in handy. Look at that one. Look at that ornate that one is. Well, didn't expect that. So, clock hands. Nearly finished. Another empty. Oh, that's got some goodies. Let's get through them all and then we'll open the goodies. What's that one? Players something or other. Ooh. Simon is Speed Wax. I think that's got some wax in. I reckon that has. I think that's got some wax. It's still in it. No, I'm not going to be able to get it open. Yeah, I think that's got some wax in. What if that's any good? Another rattler. They're all empty. I can go back in there. And another round one. Right, let's make some space for these absolutely rotten, filthy, dirty tins. Some people are clever and they know how to fast forward things. I don't, because I'm not. Computers are not my area. Right, last lot. Right, what did we find? Let's see what we found. They sound very nailish. Brass nails. I don't think they're copper. No, they are brass nails. When would you use brass nails? But there you go. Brass nails. I don't think I've seen brass nails before. Or pins. Right, Oh, this feels a bit more. It seems to be door trim clips, it says on the outside, in a nice handwriting. Ooh. What are they? Door trim clips. If you know what door trim clips, they look like they're copper. Could be, I suppose. Maybe copper. But yeah. Amazing what you find in these things. I love it. It's half the fun for me. Oh, and that was it. And another empty one. So there you go. So that was this morning's haul, if you like. Mixed in with the other bits. I think that's the best find of the day, really. Are they called them popple tins, or is that the little ones that are called popple tins? Anyway, that was today's haul. As my son Ashley always says, if you like what you see, like and subscribe. So like and subscribe. That's what I'm told to say. Hello to Toby, Oscar and Baby Piper, because I got told off for not saying hello to her last week. The boys had a moan at me. And hopefully all being well, I'll see you on the next one. Take care.